I didn't move to India because I hated my home country. I moved because India is one of the cheapest places in the world to retire. World-class doctors, warm people, ancient culture. They showed beautiful ashrams in Rishikesh, cheap villas in Goa for £40,000, fresh mangoes for pennies, yoga on the beach, and people saying the spiritual energy is life-changing. I read expat blogs claiming you could live comfortably on £600 to £800 a month. I was tired of gray British winters, council tax, and feeling invisible. India felt like a spiritual reset. I sold my flat in Bristol, cashed out my pension lump sum, and in early 2025, I landed in Delhi with 2 suitcases and a one-way ticket. I thought I was walking into enlightenment. Instead, I walked into the hardest 3 years of my life. But here's what no one warns you about. India doesn't break retirees financially. It breaks them mentally. If you're thinking about retiring in India, already there but constantly stressed, or comparing India to Southeast Asia or Latin America, you need to hear this before 2026 makes it worse. Because India rewards visitors, but punishes long-term foreign retirees. Why India looks like a retirement hack. Let's start with the bait, because I fell for it too. Number 1, it's dirt cheap. The first lie. When you arrive in India, prices shock you. Meals for $1 to $2, rent that looks criminally cheap, transportation that costs almost nothing. You feel like you cracked the system. But here's the truth. India is cheap only if you live like a local. Foreign retirees can't. Once you want clean water, reliable electricity, quiet housing, Western hygiene standards, consistent internet, your costs multiply fast. Cheap India and livable India are 2 different countries. Medical tourism versus retirement healthcare. India's healthcare reputation is legendary. And yes, doctors are highly skilled, private hospitals are modern, procedures are affordable. But here's the trap. India is excellent for short-term medical care, not long-term retirement healthcare. Problems retirees face? No continuity of care, overcrowded systems, inconsistent follow-ups, heavy reliance on family advocacy. If you're alone, you're vulnerable. Healthcare in India works best when you have family, cultural fluency, and someone fighting for you. Most retirees don't. The warm people assumption. Indian people are generous, curious, and welcoming, but kindness doesn't equal simplicity. As a foreign retiree, you become a walking wallet, a curiosity, a status symbol, a target. You are constantly negotiated with. Prices change, rules bend, expectations shift, and it never stops. Daily life stress no one talks about. This is where regret begins, not with one big disaster, but with daily exhaustion. Noise, chaos, and mental burnout. India is loud, always. Traffic horns, construction, street vendors, religious events, fireworks at random hours. There is no off switch. At first, it feels vibrant. Later, it becomes draining. Retirement needs calm. India delivers stimulation 24/7. Your nervous system never rests. The heat and monsoon reality. Goa in April-May hits 38 degrees Celsius with 90% humidity. I couldn't walk outside between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Then the monsoon came. June to September. Non-stop rain, flooded streets, molds growing on walls and clothes, power cuts 4 to 6 hours a day, infrastructure and daily frustration. Power outages are still routine outside major cities. Internet drops for hours. Water supply is intermittent. Many places rely on water tankers. Roads are potholed. Traffic is lawless. Getting anything done involves queues, bribes, or middlemen. The foreigner price phenomenon. Locals call it foreigner tax. A bottle of water that costs 20 rupees for Indians costs 50 to 80 rupees when they see white skin. A taxi ride quoted 150 rupees suddenly becomes 400 rupees. Shopkeepers, landlords, even some yoga teachers double or triple prices. After a while, it feels personal. Bureaucracy that wears you down. India's paperwork culture is brutal for retirees. Visa renewals, registration requirements, police reporting, banking documentation, nothing is straightforward. Every process involves multiple offices, conflicting information, unofficial helpers, and endless waiting. You don't feel retired. You feel like you're constantly fixing problems. Infrastructure fatigue. Yes, India is developing fast, but retirees feel the gaps daily. Power cuts, water shortages, internet instability, road conditions. You adapt at first. Then you realize you're adapting every single day. That constant adjustment ages you faster. The social and emotional cost. Loneliness hits harder in India. India is social, but not inclusive. Deep friendships require language fluency, cultural intuition, years of immersion. Most retirees never fully cross that gap. Expat communities exist, but they're small, transient, fragmented. People leave constantly. You keep rebuilding your social circle from scratch. Culture shock that never fully fades. India is not a place you get used to. Even after years, hygiene differences shock you, personal space doesn't exist, bureaucratic unpredictability persists. What feels fascinating as a tourist feels overwhelming as a retiree. India is ancient. India is powerful. India is beautiful in ways no video can fully capture. But here's the truth most retirement channels won't tell you. A country can be incredible and still be the wrong place to retire. For me, and for many retirees I met, India wasn't difficult because of one big mistake. It was difficult because of 1,000 small stresses repeated every single day. The noise, the bureaucracy, the unpredictability, the constant feeling of being an outsider. Those things don't ruin a vacation. They slowly ruin a retirement. And that's the part people don't warn you about. Retirement isn't about surviving. It's about peace.